We need to take back our power. Power that's
See,
rightfully
see what
ours,
I
by the
mean?
way. And
You're
part of
on one end you're saying that you want equilibrium, and on the other end you're saying we need to take back our power. When I feel like the same thing can be said about feminists. Feminists want equality, but what they or feminists say that they want equality, but what they really want is superiority. Everybody's fighting for that superiority and pushing each other down while doing so. If you really want to fight for equality, then you're doing the opposite of that in your video. I feel like you're contradicting yourself multiple times. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to the room. We're here with another video. Today we're gonna be reacting to I Approach 100+ Women and Realize a Brutal Truth by YBC Too Cold. Before we get into this video, make sure to sub, like, trying to run it up. Support me while you can, man. We on the come up. Let's get into it.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to talk about my experience doing 100 approaches last weekend. And I also want to talk about the current state of the dating market. This is going to be a more serious video.
It's
I don't
cooked.
think I've ever made a video
This
like
day
this
and
on my
age
channel
is
before.
cooked.
Most of my videos are pretty lighthearted, you know, pretty entertainment based. Not this one, bro. Not this one. You know, people don't understand just how bad things have gotten. People think the shit's a joke. If you guys saw the poll on my channel, I made this a while back.
60% is
60% of
crazy.
people said they haven't gotten any sex, any intimacy in the past year.
Within the
60%
last
of my
year.
audience. And I know there's gonna be people coping saying, well, of course, you know, it's YBC's audience. There's an asymmetric representation of incels who watch YBC. Are you fucking stupid, yo? 20,000 votes.
Hey,
on
for
that
y'all
poll,
who
by the
watch
way.
him, is that like his
20,000
viewership?
votes
Is
on
he an
that poll.
incel?
And you're telling me that it's my audience? A lot of people who voted in that poll don't even watch my channel. I guarantee you.
But that's true for the majority of men.
Or some other fucking Twitch streamer made the same poll. Similar results. Similar results. Maybe even worse. At least the people who watch me are trying to do something about it. A lot of other incels, what do? They cope, they play video games. They're not even trying.
So he knows his fan base is like
but that's not what this
incels.
video is about. This video is to give you an understanding of what it takes to win in the modern dating market. Truly,
There
what
is
it takes
no
to
winning.
actually win, not what it takes to, you know, get a girl.
There's
who's
no
like two
winning
looks points
in
below you,
today's
which
modern
is the
market.
trend these days. I was guys. I did 100 approaches in a college campus. Most of the guys that I see in these relationships, it's so brutal, man. When you really start paying attention, most of the guys that I see are dating ugly women, and it's not even physically ugly. It's like internally
subjective
ugly women, right? And there's an
internally
of this
ugly
kind of woman.
That's true.
Nowadays, it's become really common. You
Majority
see
of
Chads
women
with
nowadays,
sixes,
they're
you see
just
Chad lights with fives. You see
they have no
tall,
substance.
height normies with fours, and then anything below that, most of these guys ain't getting shit. Part of that is also because no one's shooting volume these days. Nobody's actually going out and trying to do anything about it. But there's something fundamentally broken with the dating market. I don't know what social media did to the brains of Gen Z women, like to the brains of younger women. But these chicks are finished, guys.
Social media affects the way they think, affects
Even
the way
when
they
they're
move,
interested.
act. It's
Like I did 100
everything.
approaches, right? Yeah,
You know,
sure,
I'm gonna let him speak
you know,
though.
if you do approaches in 2025, more women are gonna be standoffish compared to like 10 years ago. I don't know what they're putting in women's foods, guys. They're cooking them hormonally, but like, you know, there's more women who are standoffish. But even the high interest ones, personality-wise, they're all boring as shit, yo. Like most of these chicks are boring as fuck, and they have like their looks are carrying them so hard. And if it wasn't for their looks, there would be nothing. They're like empty vessels. You try to talk to them, it's like they're social.
The truth can be
like,
said
Gen Z
for
goes
men
in
too.
the
I'm an
worst
unbiased
social skills I
person,
think
so
I've ever seen.
truth can
Truly.
be said on both sides.
And, you know,
But
you
that's
can tell
true.
that their appreciation for deeper things in life has really diminished. They're more homogenous. Their personalities are all the fucking same, and it's like, you know, it's like even if you get one of these girls, you're gonna be so, if you have any self-respect, if you have any you know, passion for life, you're gonna be so tired of them. You're like, all right, man, this girl's hot, but what am I doing dating this chick? Like, dead ass, bro. None of these girls are dateable, yo. None of these girls even want relationships half the time.
None.
And
Majority,
you know,
99%
just
of
feel like a
girls
lot
in
of these
today's
chicks, because of
generation are not
social media,
dateable.
because of TikTok, because of the influx of attention that they get, dopamine junkies, they're finished. Everything about them just pisses me off, yo. And well, by the way, on a side note, if you clicked on this video wanting to see an infield and wanting to see how the approaches actually went, I don't know if I'm gonna be posting them on YouTube. Not because they went bad. A lot of them were master classes, really good infields, really good game.
You went
really
and
good,
cold approached
stuff.
100
My
girls.
school
It didn't go
community gave
bad,
me
but you
the
don't feel
vote,
like
and they said
posting.
they wanted me to keep it school exclusive.
Oh, they did
This
a
isn't a
vote?
money grab, guys. You don't have to join if you don't want to join. I'm not here fucking forcing you to join. I might even reveal them on YouTube at some point, but there's a lot of complications that go with posting in fields publicly. And
That's
I
true
think
though.
for now, I'm just gonna keep them school exclusive.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We
also
not
honors
we don't
the
even
people
care
who are
about that,
actually
even though that's the main
supporting
point
me
of
the
your
most
video.
and stuff.
But
So I hope you guys understand. But the point I'm trying to make is that, like, young women nowadays compared to young women just 10 years ago are so different in their behaviors, in the way they conduct themselves, in their personalities. It's just like everything just feels so shallow and so dry. Even
that's
when you
true.
win, you
Everything
still
feels
lose.
like
And look, dude,
disingenuous
I'm a heavy
whenever
hitter,
you're
guys. So I'll
talking
do
to a
100
girl
approaches.
nowadays.
I
People
will
in
trauma
general though.
farm. I will try a bunch of different things to collect information on what works and what doesn't for you guys. Okay, and listen, I know this isn't even me bragging or anything. I'm not struggling. Like, my dating life is fine. I
Doesn't
can
seem
bag
like
these
it.
chicks.
Based
The
off
point
the
I'm trying to
video,
make
I'm
is
not
the
saying
person
you're
that I
not.
feel for
Oh, you're a good
most
looking dude,
is
but
the guy who is sort of passive and you know, is lonely. And listen, let me tell you, these chicks aren't gonna give you a chance. No one is coming to save you. Okay, these chicks are
no one is
using
coming to
guys
save
for
you.
attention. They're playing, dude.
I feel like it's this type of content that drives the what's it called? That drives young men into toxicity. Whenever you tell young men that there's nothing saving you if you look a certain type of way, what does that mean? Does that mean you should just give up in life? I feel like that's kind of that's a toxic way to go about it. Instead of uplifting men to do better, you're saying that, oh, if you look this way, then you're finished. That's not the way to go about it. I feel like we should be bringing up each other instead of bringing each other down. You know what I'm saying?
They're
But
manipulating.
I'm just a commentator
So
though.
you have to get colder. That's the point of this video, guys. I'm trying to tell you, if you're in a competitive dating market, the only thing you can do is get colder or move somewhere easy. That's literally it. Get colder, get better game.
That's
spam
true
more
to an
volume,
extent.
Stop being passive. Because if that happens to you, let's assume that you're a good-looking guy, you're one of these dudes who just looks maxes. That's the common advice. Oh, just look smacks and let them come to you. You're either gonna end up with a mid who you're unattracted to, or you're gonna end up with no girls at all. That's what the passive approach gets you. I don't recommend
That's
cold
true.
approaching because I think
Being
cold approaching
passive
is
as a
the grand
dude
solution.
isn't
What
gonna
is
get
the
you anywhere. You gotta
alternative? What are
be
you gonna do if you don't cold approach? There is no other way. If you are not spamming volume, if you are not persistent in the face of rejection, oh dude, I'm trauma farming. Give me a fucking break, bro. Give me a break. If you don't get stronger with each rejection, you're finished. If you let rejections, there's two types of guys. Guys who just, you know, they take the trauma, they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep going. And then there's guys who just crumble. They can't handle it. If you're the
That's
latter,
true.
you're finished.
if you're the latter, you're finished. If you
You're not gonna
take a hard situation and you let that drag you down, then you are finished. That is
Because when you
true.
think of the black pill, yeah, it's true. On average, people end up with their looks match. On average, you know, incels aren't gonna get shit. Sub 5s
All
aren't
these
gonna get shit.
terms, man.
MTNs aren't gonna get shit. Do you want to be on average? Is that what you want? Is that the extent of your ambition? The people that I talk to in this channel are people who want to be exceptions. Are people who want what Chad naturally gets, but you're not Chad, right? You want what he gets naturally, but you're not him.
At the same time, that's also not realistic. You're saying that, oh, the dating market is like petered over to the side of women, but then you're saying that you want dudes to, and obviously I'm not saying don't overachieve. Like, it's always good. You know what I'm saying? Go for what you want, but whenever you're saying it in the way that you're saying it, like, you also have to be realistic. You know what I mean? I feel like the issue is that everybody the same people complaining that, oh, nobody wants them, like, are the same people who are saying that they want somebody. As much as people don't want to say it, there's like weight classes when it comes to looks. If you look a certain type of way, there's a certain type of female or male that you can uh go towards, and that's just the truth of life, you know.
And I honestly think, because I was in a college campus, I saw a lot of these chads aren't even dating hot girls. A lot of these looks maxers, these good looking guys, they have nothing to show for it. They don't even get great results their damn selves.
That's true.
And
If you
that's
get
really when you start
all
to
those
realize things
looks
are getting cooked.
and no
Even the
substance, it
good-looking
doesn't
guys
matter.
aren't fucking getting the girls that you expect them to get. So what is it gonna be then? What are we gonna? Are we just gonna sit here and fucking looks max just to end up with nothing? I don't think so. I talk to people who want to be exceptions to the rule, okay? Who want to overcome the odds. And that means, yes, I want girls more attractive than myself. I want to prove that I can get girls more attractive than myself. Oh no, you should just go for your looks match, man. Genetically, fuck you.
Go for whoever you think looks
I'll do whatever I
attractive. It
want to.
doesn't.
Like,
You don't have
okay,
to
I'll
think
do
about
whatever I
any
want.
of
I
those
want
details.
what
Just
I
go
want.
go for
Fuck,
whoever
it's
you look
unfair. I
attractive.
don't care.
If they don't
I
like
don't
you, they don't
care.
like you.
Sorry.
That's life. You
And
know what I'm saying?
you guys as well, you know, the people, those of you who aren't getting girls, I know deep down you want the same thing. You may not admit it, but that's exactly what you want. And this is for the greater good. Men raising their standards collectively is for the greater good. Because when we settle for these unattractive women, their egos get overblown. You make it harder for everyone else. And the dating market.
See, and that's a very true thing. If dudes continue to settle for a certain type of woman, it boosts their egos. If multiple women's egos are boosted, then it changes the dynamic in which results in the dating market that is today. As much as what's it called? And that's the truth. That I ain't gonna lie, I agree with that. That's
when we
true.
all stand up and say, nah, I want something better for myself. I want to raise my standards. I don't want to just date a looks match who treats me like shit. I don't, you know, nothing wrong with dating a looks match, but I don't want to date a girl that I'm not even that attracted to. When we all raise
But
our
as a
standards,
whole,
women have to adapt.
as a
Now
whole,
we reverse the
dudes
role.
are the ones that
You know what's
look
happening
at
now?
looks
Guys are
more than
taking
women.
everything they can get. They're desperate. They're giving them attention, and now you have girls who are like sub 5 treating better looking.
It's
guys
been
like
changing
shit.
nowadays. It's been
Let me
more
tell you guys a
equalizing, but
story.
for the most part, dudes look at
On
looks more.
Saturday, there's this one chick holding a pizza box, right? And I went up to her and I was like, yo, is that a pizza box? She goes, yeah. And she was just giving me attitude. And I'm like, all right, can I have a slice? You know, just a normal question. Can I have a slice? You could say no. You could politely decline. And then she goes, no, and fuck right off. Like, she was just being a complete bitch. And I look at her and I'm like, but you're literally a sub 5. Like, who do you think you are? You know what I mean? And I
What?
realize these chicks aren't
No way he
born that
actually
way.
said that.
Guys made them this way. Surely she has a reason to be this confident and this rude for no reason. Like, low vibrational girls, that's all we see around us. Just these low vibrational, standoffish,
Facts.
superficial women.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way that we can eliminate that is by collectively raising our standards and not just settling for shit. Because that's what I see most guys doing,
Impossible.
just settling for shit.
Collectively
Settling
raising
for
our
the
standards.
first thing that they can
You could
get,
probably
just so they
go
can
hit
say
up a
they
friend
have
right now
girlfriend,
who
just so they
cracked
can say they-
anything
There's
anything
nothing
that hits him
impressive
up.
about getting a girl, even if she's hot, if internally she is low vibrational, just a horrible human being, boring.
And to be honest, I agree with that. Cause you know, your homie will go in your group chat and be like, oh, I pulled this girl. And in your mind, it's like, oh, how does she look like? That's the first question, not like, oh, how is she as a person? How, you know what I'm saying? The first question is, how does she look like? And it doesn't matter how good somebody you pull, if the convo is not there, the emotion not there, the feeling not there. It doesn't matter how beautiful said person is if y'all have no connection. And I feel like that concept is forgotten nowadays. Everything is about looks. If you don't have the looks, you don't even get to go and experience the person's personality. And that's the harsh reality, but you know, that's how it is nowadays.
No depth to her character. Like, I don't want that. And I don't think you guys want that either. So not only do I want you to elevate your standards looks wise, I want you to elevate your standards internally, and also improve your own character, right?
But yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
need to improve
Improve
ourselves
your
as much
standards
as we
and improve
we need to
yourself
become
too.
what we
You
expect
can't
of
improve your
others. I'm not
standards
telling you
and
guys to be
stay the
delusional or
same.
anything.
You're not gonna get anywhere.
And listen, if you're sub 5, maybe you shouldn't expect a Stacy. Maybe you shouldn't expect a girl that is, leagues ahead of you. But at least strive for more. Stop, being this defeatist, passive loser who just kind of takes what he can get. That's what a lot of this black pill shit is about. It's like, it's too defeatist, right? And I understand why. I truly sympathize with young men. I see how bad it is out there. I am out there. Guys, I'm not some fucking theory junkie. I'm out in the fields almost every single day. I see what's going on with my own 2 eyes. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't strive for change. That doesn't mean that things can't change, but it starts with us, okay? It starts with us realizing that we are worth more than what these women and what society in general tries to make us feel like we're worth. And it starts with being there for each other too. There's a lot of guys who are lonely with their headphones in, not talking to anybody, and no one is coming to save them. We have to be there for each other. We have to talk to each other. We have to
Let me not even pause.
because no one else is gonna do it. No one else is. There's way too many lonely men to account for. Way too many. And women are out there fucking, hitting the vape, smiling, going to the clubs, soaking up infinite attention. They're too powerful. They need to be nerfed. I'm sorry, but every
See,
chick needs
this
to be
sounds
nerfed.
a lot
We
like
need to restore equilibrium.
envy
We need to
and
bring
not
back the natural
equilibrium.
and it starts
But-
with us, because blaming women is nice and all, but they're never gonna change. We have to fucking take initiative, step up to the plate, and do something about it. We need to take back our power that's right.
See what I mean?
And
You're
part of
on one end you're saying that you want equilibrium, and on the other end you're saying we need to take back our power, when I feel like the same thing can be said about feminists want equality, but feminists say that they want equality, but what they really want is superiority. Everybody's fighting for that superiority and pushing each other down while doing so. If you really want to fight for equality, then you're doing the opposite of that in your video. I feel like you're contradicting yourself multiple times. I feel like what people like this truly want is dominance, superiority. They don't want that equality. They want to be at the top. Nobody wants to be at the bottom, or nobody wants to be level to level. And I feel like that's the real issue with how it is nowadays. Girls want to keep that ego they've had because of how they've been treated by a certain type of dudes, and men want to claim that dominance that they used to have back when gender norms were different, or societal gender norms were different. The issue is if we're fighting back and forth for power, nobody's gonna be happy. But that's just my opinion on it.
taking our power back is overcoming our fear of women and our fear of talking to them. You have to be persistent in the face of rejection. You have to be resilient to it. You have to see women like numbers. You know why I'm telling you to see them like numbers? Because that's exactly how they see you. They see you as
don't
a
treat them a
disposable
certain type of
commodity.
way just
see
because
you
they
as
treat
someone
you a
that can
certain type of
easily
way.
be replaced. They have no respect
Don't lower your
for men
character
anymore,
just because
and you're
someone's
falling into
character
that
is
trap.
low. That's not
So, what do we
not
do?
gonna better yourself
Obviously
at
women
all.
have more leverage than us in the modern day. There's nothing we can really do about that. But we can at least equalize the playing field by shooting more volume and seeing them as numbers back. Until one proves that she's not a fucking.
It's not how you solve things. You don't fight
she's just
fire
a
with
stranger
fire.
at the end of the day. Like,
It's
if you're
only
doing
gonna
approaches
create
and
more
stuff,
fire. You know what I'm saying? You're
they're
not
strangers. I don't
solving a
take rejection
situation or getting
personally.
equality,
I don't care.
bro.
Oh, you don't like my looks? Big fucking deal. I'll just go to the next set. And I want you guys to have that kind of coldness about you, because that's really when you're gonna start like realizing the power that you hold and being more confident and approaching the world with more conviction. Women are only going to get more hypergamous. They're only going to elevate their standards, more unrealistic. I want a guy who's taller. I want a guy who's more of a Chad. I want a guy who's this, who's that. They're just becoming more superficial. They're going to be ruder, more standoffish to men. What are we going to do? I mean, I would tell everybody to withdraw. Guys, hey, let's just stop talking to them. Well, guess what? If we go MGTOW, Chads aren't going to go MGTOW. So women aren't going to care. So we have to brute force this shit and persist. We have to
Impossible.
persist, and we can't settle for less. You know?
All right,
We
let
have
me
to
not
be
even
just
pause.
as
Let me let him talk.
hypergamous as them. We have to match their hypergamy. The problem with this looks maxing movement is it's just made men less powerful. We are trying to prove ourselves to women. We're trying to prove that we look good enough for them. And I get it. They are the choosers, right? They're the ones who choose.
The
They're
reality of the
gatekeepers
situation is,
S3X. Even
before
though
the looks maxing movement,
in the past they
the
weren't,
majority
now
of
they are,
women look
and
better
men are
than the
trying to
majority of
adapt, and
men.
they're trying to do everything they can to win them over, to please them, etc. When you just looks max, though, you're still at their mercy. You still take what you can get. It's a very
But you
weak
build
frame.
looks maxing
So
builds
I
your
want you
own
guys
confidence to
more
be able
active
to
in your
go.
approach.
I
Say,
feel like
"Fuck this shit,
he's
bro.
seeing
I'm
it
not
the
just
wrong
gonna
way.
settle for whatever comes to me. I want to be the chooser. I want to be the hunter. I want to get what I want to get." And if more men thought like that, more women would be put in their place, and things would naturally go back to how it should go. But now, oh my god, dude. Like, so many dudes are just losers. They're finished. The girls are also kind of losers. That's the thing. People think these women are the prize. You have to uncondition yourself from seeing it that way. They are.
To be honest, the whole concept of someone being the prize never made sense to me. If we're two people in a healthy relationship, why am I saying that I'm the prize? Why am I saying that if one this is my question, right? To that whole thing. If one person is the prize, what does that mean the other person is? Does that mean they have no value? Does that mean that they're worth nothing and they're other if you move on that dynamic and girls obviously gonna say that they're the prize. If you move on that dynamic, then it's only gonna cause a shift in dynamic within your own relationship. It's gonna raise your own ego because if you move within a relationship with the dynamic that one person is the prize and one person has less value than the other person who's the prize, then in my opinion, that you can't truly move forward with that mindset. Either both the prize or none of y'all are the prize. Both of two people in a relationship have the same amount of value in that relationship. There's no such thing as someone being the prize. Both sides are the prize. Both sides are equally as valuable within the relationship. So I never understood that.
Not the prize, bro. They're really not. There is nothing that they can offer you that you can't offer yourself other than busting a nut. Especially now.
Hey,
And I'm not saying there aren't brilliant women. Hey, maybe I was going to the wrong places. Maybe I'm not going to find Mary fucking Curie in a college campus. But I'm just saying, most of these chicks are empty, okay? Most of these chicks are boring, and you will get tired of them very quickly, even if they do like you. Unless you're just low IQ and you enjoy their company, fair enough. But most of these chicks are finished, yo. They're finished. They're done. Their hormones are cooked. Their diet is cooked. Their personalities are cooked. Nothing about them is appealing other than their looks. Like, if they weren't
he
hot,
definitely saying
no
something
one
is right.
would have an interest in them. Hell, they don't even have to be hot these days. You know what I mean? They don't even have to be hot. Guys will give a fucking fours everything. Dating apps, TikTok, social media, it's bad. It's made things very bad. It's really put women on the pedestal. It's not even that like they're on an imaginary pedestal.
That's true.
They are literally on the pedestal.
Literally on a pedestal.
Looking down at every guy. No respect for them.
And as a dude,
And,
one of the things you could do to raise your position on that dynamic is increasing your looks.
They know in their heads that they are better than you. They really believe that they are better than you. And that is just unacceptable. I can't stand to take that any longer. We build society. We innovate. We make progress. We have so much more value to offer than our looks. And you have people who really have the audacity to come here and say, "Oh no, you should just go for your looks match." Fuck you and fuck your looks match. I'm not going for shit. I'm gonna get what I want. Because as a guy, you're multidimensional. You offer way more value than just your looks. And they ought to appreciate that. They ought to acknowledge and respect that. And they did in the past, but they don't anymore. The incel is just gonna keep growing. I can visualize it. I can see it.
See,
More
by
guns
him
are
bringing
gonna
up the
stop being
past, in the
late.
past,
Gap
men were
between
superior.
Chad and Inkwell
See, he doesn't
is
want
just getting
equality, he
narrower and
wants
narrower.
superiority. But
At some point, maybe 10, 15 years down the line.
I don't think he
if you're
realizes
not
what he's
Chad
saying. But Anyways, that was the video. Hope y'all enjoy. Again, make sure to subscribe, like the video, stay tuned in. We're gonna be consistent. Peace.